Laws are the engine oil that powers the regulation of societal norms and values. But leadership is that engine. So the panacea for regeneration in Nigeria are not sets of finely crafted laws, but a few good men. Laws, no matter how beautifully crafted, without good leadership to ensure proper implementation, will end up as paper tigers. To say Nigeria is a nation in dire need of leadership is an understatement. Not because of lack of laws or the fact that our constitution is defective in so many ways than just the absence of a true federal structure, but because of the absence of a few good men to implement the ones we have. Our leaders sees appointment as opportunity to be served rather than to serve. Hence, public service is labeled come chop. It wasn't because of the fallibility of Rwanda laws that made the country what it has become today after rising from the ashes of war, but because of the efforts of a few good men led by the President Paul Kagame. We never heard of the rigidity of the laws in Dubai until we saw the beauty that the country has become, made possible by leaders, a few good men also. The laws in Europe to enhance a better society and create better standard and prosperity for mankind were not drafted by God for the society, but by a few good men who thereafter ensured that their society lived by those set of laws. Every society, no matter how barbaric, desires such good men. Hence, in 2011, after going through a tortuous journey of democratic experience led by a few men whose good we couldn't guarantee, and in our search for elusive dividend, we as a people, desirous of a few good men, felt if we elect a graduate who didn't wear shoes as a young lad, we might be on our path to building a nation of our dreams. Alas, our man wore shoes in office and turned out to be everything but good. And in 2015, most politicians in collaboration with civil society felt that they found that good man. Being a retired but not tired general, they had hoped he was going to perspire his strength to refire us into that nation which we had always aspired to be. But alas, he has retired us into oblivion and insecurity. Unfortunately, his fixation of 97% who voted for him and the non-inclusion of the 5% who didn't vote for him, coupled with the hailing and wailings of the rest of us, through the window, whatever good was left of these men whom we thought were good. No nation develops with beautifully crafted laws alone, but the deeds of the good men who makes, execute, interpret, and implement such laws, no matter how woefully made. This is where the men in our legislative, executive, and judicial arm of government have all failed us. Without a few good men who will put the nation first before self, men who will see love for mankind as religion rather than Christianity and Muslim dichotomy. Good men who will not fund the embers of Boko Haram and armed bandits by granting them amnesty and rehabilitation while our soldiers are people allowed to die endlessly. Men who will say what they mean and mean what they say. Men who will not openly embrace nepotism even after promising to be equitable, but who rather see merit in anyone irrespective of tribe or tongue. Men who will not deodorize corruption, but painfully fight it by putting in place processes to make it unattractive. Men who will see campaign promises as not just slogans for campaign, but as a pact with the people that must be fulfilled. Men who will not be deceptive to the extent of believing their own lies or wanting to borrow $500 million to enable us compete with CNN, when with all the money spent so far, we have not even been able to compete with Channels TV or AIT, or Plus TV even. Without such men, even if we refederate our nation, copy hook, line, and sinker the American electoral laws, adopt English parliamentary system of government, or craft beautiful laws like the Europeans, no matter how much of restructuring we do, or pray endlessly for Nigeria, will remain in darkness despite the abundance of light. Can such men still be found in Nigeria? I dare say yes, I'm one of them. Anyway, my wishes are just mere tall, ambitious, and impossible dreams against our current political reality with our present set of leaders, where everyone is waiting for their turn to chop or would rather pray than walk. My advocacy today would therefore be, if we must restructure and progress as a nation, we must first and foremost seek not the amendment of our constitution, because the current crop of rulers will always amend it to suit themselves, but rather than pray endlessly, let's go tell it in gas, publish it in the street of Ashkelon, search for them wherever they are, those few good men, and when we find them, push and support them with the will and zeal with which we supported Jonathan in 2011 before he found his shoes, or the strength we collectively had to defy the sun and rain to support Buhari in 2015 before he misplaces his result in INEC server and changes next level. Then and only then can we talk of change or the beginning of creating a country where peace, justice, equality, and fairness will reign. Otherwise, we will continue to idealize mediocrity as good governance and celebrate the demonstration of a few crazy people in the madness we call democracy. I beg to rise.